Hi, I'm Jennifer, and I'm a Reiki Master, hypnotherapist, and Kundalini yoga practitioner. So my business is Grateful Hypnosis, and I combine hypnosis, Reiki, and Kundalini yoga into an elixir of transformation. I was born and raised in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, to two adoring parents who were just so amazing. And I had a fabulous childhood up until the point where my mother passed away when I was 7. And then my father and I were consumed with just grief and sadness. And so I carried that along with me throughout my teen years, and it changed to anger. And I handled that grief and sadness the best I could with drugs, alcohol, and music. And I did the best that I could, and my father did too. And so we lived the best life we could. And I kind of just swallowed that pain down. And throughout my teen years, I struggled. But then I ended up traveling. We did all of West Coast, we did all of the Southern, all of the East Coast. The only thing I missed is the top middle portion of the United States, but we traveled with bands and music festivals. Yes, we had a good time. And I met my husband, and I had 2 beautiful children who I just adore and love so much, and they're the light of my life. And so we had a great life, but then in 2009, I was a bartender for about 10 years, and I started to head down that path again. But I knew there had to be something more to this. And that's when I found Victoria and the Transformation Place and Reiki. And so I walked into her place, and she was light, and there was crystals all over, and I knew I was back on the path, and that's when I did Reiki training. And for me, Reiki, like the first time I experienced it, it was like coming home. It was like a wholeness, something I had missed for so long. And I was able to let go of that baggage that I'd been carrying around with me from childhood and release that and let it go. And so I do think that because I've experienced the power of Reiki and hypnosis, I just want to be able to share it with others, the transformational tools that they provide. So Reiki has transformed me. It's allowed me to step into my power, to be courageous and confident, and to live the life that I've always wanted to live. So Kundalini yoga uses breathing and meditation techniques. It does do asanas, which is the yoga postures, but a lot of it is holding a position for a period of time and breathing. And so it allows you to go into a meditative state to transcend the time and space and pain of whatever it is. And it really does allow you to channel your like consciousness to meditate. So hypnosis is like a reprogramming of the mind. And so sometimes we have habit thoughts. There's traumas from childhood, and those traumas from childhood kind of go with us, and we don't realize that they're there. And so hypnosis allows us to reprogram our mind and to create new habits. So Reiki is like a cleansing for the soul. It opens us up, our channels, to allowing the flow of energy from the universal life force energy. And then once we open that flow, we're good. But sometimes those mind habits get back in. And so hypnosis kind of retrains the mind and reprograms the mind to maybe be more confident, or letting go of doubt or fear, failure, or whatever it is. It reprograms our mind so that we can maintain that level of flow that Reiki provided. And the Kundalini yoga helps also to raise our vibration even higher. It definitely makes you feel high. And so and it allows you to meditate, to go into those spaces where you receive messages and your intuition also is able to flow. Yeah, so ultimately it's best to do multiple sessions. And so Reiki is good for a first session and also hypnosis. You can combine the two by doing some mind training and the Reiki for relaxation and stress relief and anxiety reduction. And using hypnosis to kind of deepen those new habits that you created through the Reiki. And then Kundalini you can use after to kind of enhance all of those new habits and behaviors and even raise yourself to a higher level. Yeah, so I've been a vegan for 3 years and I was a vegetarian on and off before that. But I do feel lighter. After I eat, I feel lighter, I feel higher. I don't feel tired after I eat. And I know that it increases my mood. My mood is more level, I'm more happier. I'm happier more of the time. I also am more positive. I eat all day. I'm a snacker for sure. I eat watermelon, I'm snacking on pickles, I'm snacking on fruit. I eat a lot of fruit. You could use a lot of time to meal prep, but I eat a lot. I do eat some vegan cheese, and there are lots of vegan meats out there. I think when you're starting to eat vegan, the vegan meats are helpful because maybe you are craving that texture. But over time, you realize you're able to get those sources from other places through fruits and vegetables. And nuts, yes, lots of nuts. And seeds, yes. I do cook, yeah. I eat a lot of potatoes. Potatoes are amazing. They're actually a whole food. We can survive on potatoes. They have potassium, magnesium. Yes, potatoes are great. Yes, when you fry them and you throw some, sour cream and cheese on them, they're not as good. But you can eat potatoes and just add veggies to them. You can stuff a baked potato. You can use vegan butter. Yeah, so Reiki is a universal life force energy that flows through us all, is within us all, without us all. And as a practitioner, we actually don't do anything ourselves. We're just allowing the flow to go through us. And so you can allow the flow for plants and animals. You can even give the energy to the earth, and it's moving through us whether we like it or not or believe in it. It's always flowing. So it was in 2009 after I started heading down the dark path, and I knew there had to be something more. And that's when I stumbled onto the Reiki Center with Victoria, and I just knew that this was it. And after experiencing Reiki for the first time, I felt home. I felt a sense of love, compassion for myself, and I think that's what we're all missing is, we're looking for, things outside of ourselves, whether it's shopping or food or video games or drugs or alcohol. I mean, it could even be, watching television. But I think that what we're missing really is just a sense of love for ourselves. And so that's what we're looking for with these outside sources. So with Reiki, it allows you to tune back into your own universal love and the love force energy. So, yeah. So I was grateful to find it when I did. I'm just grateful I found Reiki when I did. And it's been such a powerful transformational tool, Reiki, hypnosis, and Kundalini yoga. And because I know firsthand how much it's helped myself, I know the power, and I want to just share it with others in the world, one soul at a time. Thank you. Today, I'm going to do a chakra clearing and cleansing with my soul sister, Jennifer. She has volunteered to receive the Reiki healing today. So we start out by using sage, and we cleanse the aura. And so I'm just going to ask you to face me and hold your arms out. And then we go through the aura and cleanse it. And then turn around, please. And then we do the back as well. And then we do a Tibetan fire serpent over her back to connect the chakras. We also do a large power symbol to energize the healing. Thank you. Put your hands down. So before we do a Reiki session, we cleanse and protect the room. We also cleanse and protect ourselves. And so we use different tools to cleanse and protect the space. So here I have quartz crystal, and quartz crystal resonates at a very high frequency. And when we put these frequencies into our space, it allows us to resonate at higher frequency. Everything has a frequency, and it resonates on higher or lower levels of frequencies. I also have a black tourmaline. Black tourmaline has a higher frequency than humans, but a lower frequency than quartz. And so I think of it like a golden cord that spreads throughout our body, and it goes deep through the earth, and it also attaches to the universal consciousness of God. And it's like plucking the string. When we pluck this string, it resonates at a certain frequency. And when we put these beautiful tools like crystals or sound or sage or essential oils into our space, it allows us to, it's like plucking our cord, and it resonates and harmonizes at a higher frequency. So I use rose and frankincense. That is also a very high frequency essential oil. I also have tuning forks as well. And the frequencies of tuning forks also raise our frequency. This is 528 frequency. It is the love frequency, and it actually corresponds and can energize and cleanse all of the chakras. And some tuning forks resonate with different chakras in the body, and that is very nice. So first I'm going to cleanse the space with the sage, and I'm also going to put some Reiki symbols. So the Reiki symbols are sacred geometric forms that are passed down through initiation through the Reiki teachings. And so when we put these symbols into the space, it actually raises the vibration as well. And we will also put it into the aura, into the space, and into the hands. And so I'm going to first turn on the light, and I tune into this universal frequency. And then I'm going to put these symbols into the space and into my hands. So just give me a moment, and I will do that now. And now I will energize myself. And now I'll energize the space by putting the symbols in my environment. So now that I have done the saging, the protecting of the room with the symbols, and I have crystals, we are now ready to do our chakra cleansing session. Thank you so much. First, I connect with the client. And then we sweep her aura. This allows for the Reiki energy to move freer through her aura. And we start from the head, and we move down throughout the chakras. And we usually use a pendulum. So I'm going to use a pendulum to see if her chakras are open or closed. The pendulum moves clockwise if the chakra is open. And chakra literally means wheel. And so when the pendulum moves in a clockwise direction, we know that this chakra is open. And when it moves in a counterclockwise direction, we know that it is closed. So we'll just take a moment to see if her chakras are open or closed. Her root chakra is open. Her sacral is open. Her solar plexus is closed. Her heart is closed. Her throat is open. Her third eye is open. And her crown is closed. And so we can do this intuitively as well. So we can do this intuitively as well. But using the pendulum assists and kind of speeds up this process. So I'm going to know now that those areas are closed, the crown, the heart, and the solar plexus, and I'm going to send extra love there, extra healing there. So I start with the crown, and first I cleanse out anything that needs to be cleansed out. And then you'll notice that I'm putting the Reiki symbols to fill in that space with the universal life force energy that allows to clear the cord so that she's able to access this energy on her own, because we all have access to this energy, to this universal life force energy. And you'll notice I do breathing. Breathing helps us channel this energy easier with grace and ease. And then I'll put symbols into her crown. And what I notice is I notice heat. I notice a warmth when it needs more energy. And I notice kind of a cold. It like cools down just a little bit, and I know that it's got enough energy. And then I'll know to move to the next area, the third eye. And she did mention earlier that I was able to touch her, because otherwise we do it hands on. And her third eye is open, and I can feel it, because it's not an intense heat. But we'll give it a little love. Into her throat. And now to her heart, and we take their hand and place it on the heart. And then we continue down her body to her solar plexus. Down to her root. And sessions can go anywhere from 10 minutes in a chair session to an hour-long table session. But today we're going to keep it short. So after we've done all the chakras, take a minute to connect and ask for any messages from the divine. When your channels are clear and open, you're easier to access the divine information, the universal life force energy. And after the session, I will tell her any messages for her. And then we want to make sure after we're done that we close the aura. We want to keep it safe. And then my favorite part, fluffing. You can fluff the aura anytime you need a little extra energy. And then we comb. And then we remove the gloves and protect ourselves. And we can also and thank you. Thank you so much.